guys, it's Jodine, and I'm just going to do a quick impromptu demo of the new Betterpress system from Spellbinders. And this is a letterpress system. We have had a huge response to these, and we've sold out all our pre-orders and the extra ones we got for the shop. And we will have more on order as soon as Spellbinders has them available again. But I just thought we'll go through a few things with you, show you how we're using it, and also give you a few other alternatives of different inks and papers that you can use. So obviously Betterpress have brought out their own cotton, it's really beautiful cotton paper, and it's great for watercolouring, and it's especially for the Betterpress as well. But we found that other watercolour papers and mixed media papers also work, and also different inks. So you can use the Betterpress ink, but of course you can also use your regular dye inks or your archival inks as well, which I'm going to run through with you today. So when you get your Betterpress, it's just mostly the platform, and you will get these 3 shims, which you will, this has got a little lid, so it's magnetized, and it just presses up and down like that. And if we lift this magnetic platform up, we'll just pop our shims into there. And you do need all 3 shims to use the Betterpress dies. So this is the one that you get with your system. You get this die and a sentiment as well. You'll get a small roll of tape and a little ink. And of course there's other colors of inks that are available and more dies coming out as well. In fact, the Christmas ones are currently on order, so they'll be really good. And then you just take your cardstock. Now I'm going to be using, this is just a Couture Creations cotton cardstock, and this one's got a really nice, I don't know if you can see it, it's got a really nice like texture, and the other side's smooth. I've used both, it works really well on both, but I do love the look of that little bit of texture, kind of, I don't know, it looks a bit fancier, I guess. And so you don't need a lot of this tape, and I do reuse the same bits over and over. So I'm just going to pop that in the corner. You'll probably get away with 2 bits, top and bottom. I'm just going to do it like this for now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ink up our die here, our Betterpress die. Now these dies can also be used in your hot foiling machine if you have one. Spellbinders have said that that's okay to do that. The big question was whether your hot foil dies will work in the Betterpress, and although that Spellbinders recommend against it, we have found a way that they work, and they work really well. But of course that's, you know, that's up to you if you want to try that. That doesn't come from Spellbinders, so I guess at your own risk. Now what we're going to do is just click that, you can hear that snap into place, and that sits a little bit above the die so that it doesn't touch until it runs through the die cut machine. And I'm just putting that in my Spellbinders Platinum here. You're just going to run that through once. And then you just flip it off. And there you go, that impression is gorgeous. So perfect. And that's on that beautiful cotton watercolor paper that we have. So I've just used that one. And this is pretty easy to clean off. I just use my microfiber cloth. You can see how much I've been doing by the state of it. And a little bit of stamp cleaner will clean your plate off perfectly as well. I've been using this one, but apparently the archival or stays on cleaner will work really well as well. Now what I wanted to show you was how to do the same thing but using a hot foil die. So what we'll do first is we're going to go and, remember those shims we put in at the beginning, we're going to take 2 out and we're going to just leave 1 shim. We tried it with 2 by mistake and it goes too far through the paper and almost cuts the paper, so you don't want to do that. So we're just going to lay our die here, and we might do a little sentiment this time as well. So I've only tried so far the Pink Fresh Studio hot foil dies, but I'm pretty sure that most of them would work the same way. And before I do that, I will just pop my paper onto the cover plate. I'm sure I'm not using the right names for these pieces, but you know what I mean. And this time I'm going to try the archival. This is the Night Sky Ranger Archival ink. And when you're putting your ink down, you're just kind of tapping it and twisting it a little bit. You don't want to rub it over. Obviously with these bigger ink pads, you get a bigger mark around the edge, but that's easy enough to clean off afterwards. And of course, Spellbinders have brought out some other gorgeous coloured inks, especially for the Betterpress as well. We have all the refills still available, but the inks are on their way. We'll just run that one through as well. You only run it through once, you don't want to run it back again. Just the one time is enough. And then we'll pop that off. And there you go, that's gorgeous. And that is in that beautiful blue colour. So that's a hot foil die with archival ink on cotton watercolour paper. And of course, because these come with stencils and stuff, you can then come in and use your stencils with these Pink Fresh Studio dies as well. So it's nice to know that you can get double use of products you may already have, which is obviously what we all want to do when we're investing in a machine like this. So don't be put off by the fact that you think you have to just use the paper and the ink that comes with it. Of course, that's formulated for the best results, but I'm honestly not seeing a big difference there. These dies are really detailed, but the etching is the same. You just want to really be careful and make sure you do remove those extra shims. And I'll just show you a few card samples here that I've made. So this one is on the grey Betterpress cardstock. I couldn't show you that today because I actually used it all up last night when I was having a play with this machine. But this is the beautiful grey cotton paper from Spellbinders, and I've just coloured this one with coloured pencils, and that was done with the black Betterpress ink as well. This one is also on the same paper, and I've just added a little bit of pencil there. And this one again as well. So I had a lot of fun playing with these. I've just added a little tiny bit of colour just to make the images pop a bit, but otherwise just kept them plain. And I have done a lot of other samples as well. So I'll just run through. This one was archival ink, and this was on Ranger watercolour paper. And I've used the smooth side, but I think you could even use the rough side for a really nice look as well. This one is that same paper I've just used now, which is the cotton textured, and that is the smooth side. So both sides work, just depends what look you want, I guess. If you're going to colour it with pencil or you want a smooth look, then you could go with the back half of it. Now this ink was Distress Archival. It wasn't as crisp, so maybe I'll have another play with that. This one is Vicky Bouton Mixed Media cardstock, and that worked beautifully as well, and that is with the archival ink in Pebble Beach. This one is Pink Fresh ink, and this one is on the Betterpress cardstock. As you can see, I was trying lots of samples, lots of paper. This is Ranger ink, Ranger paper with Ultra-New ink, also worked really well. So if you have those, if you have the Ultra-New, the Pink Fresh, I'm pretty sure any of those dye inks are going to work. This is the Ranger watercolor paper, but with the Betterpress ink, that little one that came with the pack. And I must say that the Betterpress cardstock that you get is beautiful for colouring with pencils. It takes your mediums really nicely, and it is a really beautiful cardstock. But if you happen to not be able to get your hands on it, it's nice to know that you can use alternatives that you probably already have at home in your stash. So again, that one is a Pink Fresh ink, Ranger archival, Ultra-New ink, So yeah, anyway, could go on and on, but as you can see, there are a lot of different choices for inks. That one was just putting it through without any ink. This one is Ultra New ink as well. That green is really nice. So yeah, anyway, there's a lot of choices. That's a hot foil die. And there's another hot foil die, different paper. So this one is your Vicky Booten Mixed Media, and this one was the Betterpress Letterpress paper. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this bit of a demo. I will be making some more samples to share with you. And if you have the system and you're playing around and you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask us. We're always here for advice as well. And we look forward to seeing your samples. Be sure to share them in our Creative Corner on Facebook or on Instagram and tag us so we can see what you're making with the new Betterpress system. We have sent so many out yesterday and today, and then sold the last few in the store as well. So a lot of you will be getting your hands on them very soon. We hope you love this product. We've been impressed with it, impressed with how easy it is to use, and the fact that we can now use our hot foil dies gives us so many more options of what we can do with this machine. So thanks for listening today to my little demo, and hopefully we'll be back soon with some more samples for you. Thanks a lot and have a great day.